Came out here to put my second coat of paint on this thing, but it was windy as hell last night and blew my pilot light out up there. So it's a little cold. It's not that bad, but should be warmer in here to paint. So just lit it back up and we'll let it warm up a bit in here and then paint. But I switched brands, mainly because they have a better nozzle. There we go. Warm up. All right, it's 13 degrees in here and climbing, so it's good enough to start. What kind of consistency is that? These two arms to those two, different can, but the same brand, same color, everything. That's definitely more yellowish. Try another one. There we go. That one can must be labeled wrong. Well, just my luck. 2 of the 5 cans were the wrong fucking color. What a joke. Anyways, you can see this. It hasn't been repainted. The hitch hasn't. But all this has, and that is much nicer. Not so transparent. Feels nice. So pretty well, all I have to do is that whole beam, inside of this beam, a little bit of the under on the front, and the hitch. That's more my reference. When I come back here, I'll actually remember. So I got to get enough paint for that, and enough so when I rebuild this cylinder, I can paint it after the fact. Oh, I think I missed the back here. All right, probably another day project. Nothing like dragging these things on for a week straight. But here you can see the difference. Much oranger. It's more yellow. I shook the shit out of it, and it still doesn't want to really set up. So maybe it's just a bad mix. But it's not like I grabbed the wrong can. They're just flawed. Whatever. Return them. Get more. Okay, I had a thought. What if I was efficient for once with this whole operation? That'd be key. So I'm short just a little bit of paint. I need to get running into town for that. So wait, why don't I rip down the cylinder? When I go in for the paint, I can get seals for it. Doesn't really need them. The hardest one to get to drips the tiniest bit. But we'll get them and we'll get new hoses. These hoses are fine, but it's supposed to be refurbished, so I'll use them elsewhere for myself. So to start with, somehow that cracked out, so I got to re-weld that. We'll pull the hoses, pull this. And if it doesn't go with just the punch hole, because this is a threaded cap, I'll just weld 2 blocks on it nicely and leave them on it. I haven't rebuilt this big of a cylinder at home. Back when I was in a mine, yeah, no big deal. But we'll see if I have the right tools to be able to do this. I don't know how big the nut will be on the shaft or on the rod, so we're hoping for the best. I'm also going to get rid of this pipe fitting. Not a fan. I'll put swivels on it, make it nice and easy to work with. I don't have much for pipe plug stuff, mostly JIC, so whatever. I'll keep them clean inside. The part I was scared about's going good. The hole started about here and just moving with a average hammer. Even when it moves easy, it's not easy. But at least I'm not hanging off of it with 8 snipes like that one kid on here. What's his name? He just randomly comes across my For You. Definitely took some work to get that off. This is a perfect example of just do it right the first time. Cylinder still worked fine and held it up and everything. But it's definitely going to be better than that. It's not all scarred up or anything, so that's good. And my big fear, that nut isn't ginormous, so I should have a socket for that. Well, all apart, your lip seal and your inner seal in there, rod seal. These 2 that go on the outside of there, 3 that are on here, and then a backup, or this little rings where the nut thread's on. Only concern would be going to Buddy's place and getting his deburr and just running it on this inside lip. Get rid of some of those. This has been apart before, so I think someone else did that damage. I don't think it happened on its own from the cylinder. But yeah, no big deal. So we were 120 for the seals and 200 for the hoses, but that's with new Pioneers and swivels. So there we go. Back from my big organized city run for this thing. Got all the seals. They put these ones on just double check, make sure they're right. But seals for here. I got new hoses. I got new Pioneers and swivel fittings, so we can get rid of that pipe on here, because I don't like that. But let's slap the cylinder back together. Do that. On the smaller the cylinder, the more the pain that one is. But this ain't a terrible size, but you gotta like fold them over each other. They're a little annoying. Your lip or your O-ring will go towards pressure. So we'll wrestle that in there. There we go. And you gotta make sure you don't, that little O-ring that's in that groove, it doesn't come out of there. This one stayed in. Nice. Tap our seal in next. Wrestled our end cap on without putting the O-rings on it. We'll go O-ring, backing ring. Your O-ring will be closer to your pressure side. Just throw that O-ring in that groove, and it gets sandwiched between the rod. Got that all cleaned up. There's a little flash or a little rust around here. I just sanded up. Emery cloth, but just so she slides in a little easier. And I'm sure a lot of people lube them up with hydraulic oil. I just spray them all down with some kind of lube, the hell of it. Need a good sand hammer to get that in there without hurting nothing. Now we can thread that cap on. I don't have a Torx back, so I'm just going to lube the threads up and tighten it as much as I can. So I didn't have a pipe wrench big enough for this taking it off, but when I was in town, I bought this little chain wrench for $50. And that works pretty decent. It's almost not big enough, but she made it. Chain wrench. It's actually pretty handy. I've never had one. That went together pretty smooth. I guess I can't do that with one hand. The hole stopped moving around here, and then I hammered her all the way around to there. So I think she's pretty tight. Put these new fittings in and then wash it up, prep it for paint. I had to throw the tires on to have enough room. Got this ready to paint, so we'll prime her up and get after that. Well, there we go. Much better. We're getting there. Closer and closer. Just mainly waiting on the shanks now. Actually stopped by Buddy's place, Lanco, there today, and they sent the quotes away. So tomorrow probably I'll hear some prices. We'll get that on the move. Some might be wondering about the subsoiler. I sold it, but not together. So we're just waiting on the shanks still. But they should be here any day. I got stickers made for it. I'm going all out on it. I had them built a little bit bigger than stock apparently, but oh well. And of course, it was calm when I started, and the wind picked up right in the middle, and I kind of, a little bit of a little whoops. But whatever. It's farm equipment. Not too bad. It'll be better when I have shanks. I'll do the other side now. So yeah, the story is I sold this not complete because there was a grain trailer I wanted at auction. So we cut out a deal with a little discount, so I got paid before it's complete. He's paying for the shanks. When the shanks show up, I just got to throw them on, and then it's all his. So if that trailer would have came through, it would have been a perfect deal, but it's still good because I'm dealing on our trailer. But I'm excited to get this done. So one of these days here. Oh, we got him. We kind of ignored him till after seeding and all that, but so yeah, this is Buddy's shop, Lanco. They're doing a lot of mining buckets and portable buildings and ripper shanks for subsoilers, apparently. I try and con them in all sorts of farm stuff, and oh yeah, we'll do it. I think the goal is the bigger mining stuff. It's their specialty. They do the line boring, portable. Ooh, hard to miss that. I guess he has this. Someone might like it. I guess, if you're into that sort of thing. This is not easy alone. We're wiggling in there, trying not to rough up all this new paint, but I got this one beat now, but it took some little finessing. Things are not fun, but we're gonna make it work. I've been soaking this pin for a month, so you think something would move, but it's maxed out right now. Wow. I don't know. I have movement. Had to flip it over and push the other way. I have zero movement. It's the hardest thing I could find. And it's scary. It's gonna shatter. There was a very loud bang. I tried to ask nicely. White should handle it, right? But another project done. But it sure looks mean. You can see the new shanks, the old shanks, stock shanks. You can see they put this heel on it because they must have been breaking them off. So we copied the new ones with it. Yeah, like that's a 70 horse white. It's big. Well, she's done. Gonna get delivered. As long as the hitch holds up. It apparently puts a lot of tongue weight down. But she sure looks mean, all finished up.